Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So in today's video we're going to be making some cards using washi tape, and I've got a gorgeous set of washi tape to share with you from the Washi Tape Shop. They very kindly sent me some more tapes to play with because I absolutely loved the first collection they sent me. So that one is Floral Lane, and you've got an abundance of thin tapes and slightly wider tapes with beautiful patterns on. So we will be using that in today's video. I've then got this Baroque lace tape. There's 5 in the collection and they're absolutely beautiful. You've got all different colours and widths, and yeah, I love that detailed edge on that tape as well. It would make a great border on a card. Then we've got the Rose Nocturne wide PET tape. So this is pet tape, it's gilded, so you've got that beautiful shimmery gold detail in the tape. Really pretty. I love this tape and I will be using that in today's video as well. We've also got the Ivory Garden washi tape. This is also wide PET tape. Oceanic Breeze, which has got those lovely pastel blues and greens on those lovely roses and flowers there. Also, we've got this Dreamy Merlot tape. Again, it's wide PET tape. It's got so many lovely details in. Then we've got the Countryside Escapade wide PET tape. This is beautiful. It's lovely scene building elements, great for backgrounds. They're quite a good size as well. So we'll be using that in today's video as well. I've got a little idea for a cute critter card, so I'll be sharing that with you. So they're just a selection of some of the tapes that they sent me. They've got a great sale on at the moment as well. So there's 18% off. I'll leave all the links in the description box below. So do check them out if you've not checked them out before. Their tapes are just beautiful. So yeah, there's lots of things that we can do with these. So let's get started with making our first card. So I'm going to be using the Rose Nocturne gilded tape for this. I absolutely love the floral details on it. And I'm just going to use my Cutterbee scissors just to kind of roughly cut around the edge of that pattern. It doesn't need to be perfect. Obviously the tape's clear, so there may be a little bit of shine if you leave too much of a border. That doesn't bother some people. I just wanted to get it a little bit neater if I could. And then to remove the tape, I do get a lot of questions about this. Turn the pattern away from you first of all, and then just try and use your finger to just catch the edge of the tape, and then the backing tape just peel off. It is fairly straightforward to get it off. I know there's a few other YouTubers that have done videos showing you other ways that you can get this off, but I just find it's just as easy just to use my finger and get the backing tape off, but I definitely find it easier if the pattern's away from me. So that's just a little tip if you are struggling. So what I love about the clear pet tape that we're doing here is that you can layer it up, and when you layer it up you don't really notice the edges, so it really makes for a great way of creating really pretty backgrounds really easily. You can layer it all up and yeah, you're not really going to notice that at all. So I'm just going to create like a border along the left hand side there, and I want to make sure that I can fill in some of the gaps using some of the colours that are a little bit more bolder. I wanted the more deeper blue coloured flowers, so again I'm just cutting a little bit more of the tape out, fussy cutting around the edges just roughly, and then again just peeling off that backing tape, and then we can pop that down in the bottom right hand corner. It is quite sticky. You can peel it off like with washi tape, but it is quite sticky, so I kept finding it was sticking to my glass mat, but you can just peel it off carefully, no issues at all. And then again, you can either fold it over the back of your card to hold it in place, or you can use your scissors and trim it off. I'm sorry that the camera angle is a little bit off today. I hope you can bear with me through this video. But yeah, I really hope that these ideas just give you some inspiration. So I thought my card was going to be in portrait orientation, but I've decided that it's going to be landscape. And so again, I'm just going to add a few little flowers in the bottom right hand corner just to kind of draw your eye into the center of the card a little bit more and just create that really pretty floral effect. I love the fact that washi tape is so easy to cut. You can of course use ceramic cutting knives. You could use a cutting knife, scissors work great for this. So yeah, it's a bit of trial and error. I find it's just a lot easier with my scissors, especially my Cutterbee scissors, because they're so nice and sharp and long, thin blades and pointed as well. So you can really get into all of those corners. So for the sentiment, I decided I'm going to do some heat embossing on vellum today. So I've got this strip of vellum. It's about 1 3/4 inches wide, and I'm just going to ink up that thank you stamp. This is from a Wow stamp set, and I'm just using my Wow embossing ink, and you can see we've got a really lovely crisp impression there. I did use my anti-static powder tool first of all, just to make sure there was no grease marks on the vellum. And then we can go ahead and use the Wow embossing powder in polished gold, which I absolutely love. I'm making sure that my heat gun is nice and heated up first, and then started to melt it from underneath and finished it over the top. And look at that, such a gorgeous shine. So I'm going to mount the card panel that we've created to a matte layer of navy blue cardstock. I'm just using some liquid glue there to put that in place. And then I'm going to wrap that vellum strip around the centre of my card. The thank you sentiment will be slightly off centre, and then I'm just going to crease the vellum around the card so it just kind of stays in place. And then I'm just going to use some double-sided adhesive tape. And what I'll do is I'll tack the one side in place first of all, and then make sure it's nice and straight before removing the backing tape from the other side, and then we can go ahead and just tack that down. You can use your grid lines on your glass mat or whatever mat you work on to help you kind of make sure that's nice and lined up. But I'm then going to go ahead and attach it to my A6 card blank. I'm working on a UK A6 card today, and then I'm going to add a few little gold little gems or sequins to finish off the card. I've sped this up really fast because it takes me forever to decide where I want my gems, but once I'm good to go with them, I can just use a little bit of quick grab glue and my tweezers, and there's the first card finished. How easy was that? So for the second card, I'm going to be using the Floral Lane washi tape collection, and this is washi tape as opposed to PET tape, and it's beautiful pastel colours. And I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers washi chomper. This tool, if you've not seen it before, is great for cutting banners. If you're not very good at cutting them with your scissors, as I'm terrible at them, and you don't have dies that work for all different sizes that you want, this is such a great tool. So what you do is you've got that lovely little grid line mat, so you can pull that out, line up your washi tape so that you are matching either side with the measurements, and then you know that you're going to get a perfectly centered fishtail or banner, depending on which side you cut from. And now the great thing about this washi chomper is that it doesn't just cut through washi tape. You can use it with card and ribbon as well, and other materials that are thin. I have cut it up to 280 GSM and it's been absolutely fine. So yeah, it's just a great tool, perfect for adding little details and embellishments to your journaling or scrapbooking, and of course it's great for card making as well. So first of all, what I'm doing with this card is I'm just going to add that layer of washi tape to the bottom. My card was sliding all over my glass mat, so I've brought in my magnets just to hold it in place, just so we could get that nice and central. The second layer of tape, I'm just going to leave it flush straight at the edges of the card, and then the third strip of tape I'm going to use the other side of the washi chomper so that we get that lovely fishtail. First of all though, I'm going to cut my tape to size so that I know it's going to fit, and then I can line up my tape on the washi chomper little grid board mat, and then I can chomp away and make sure I've got that lovely fishtail at the end. So yeah, and of course you could use this to create tabs in your journals as well. Yeah, lots of different ways that you could use it. So next I'm just going to add a strip of washi tape down the kind of just slightly 1/3 of the way into the card panel, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 2 thin strips of the green tape. And I love the fact that despite the fact that we're using all these different patterns, they all coordinate perfectly together. Now I had a really thin piece of vellum on my desk and I thought it would look really nice over that strip of washi tape that we've added. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some double-sided tape, and then I can attach the vellum to the back of that card panel from behind. So I'm just removing the backing tape from that, and then we can just stick the one piece in place, make sure it's nice and central, remove the backing tape from the second piece, and then just wrap that around and trim off the excess. So then to finish the card off, I've got this tag which I've cut from craft cardstock, and I'm just going to use some of the washi tape again. I'm going to add a nice wider strip in the middle and then 2 of the thinner strips so that it all coordinates really nicely. I'm going to trim off some of the excess but leave a little bit so that we can just wrap that around the back of the tag. That will just make sure that the washi tape stays nicely in place and doesn't risk lifting up at all. Now I've also die cut a few flowers from some washi tape. I'm sorry that I haven't got that bit on camera, but I just created a panel of card using strips of the washi tape, and then I just die cut a couple of flowers out, 2 from the washi tape and 1 from the white card, and I've just popped that one up on a little bit of foam tape just so that it kind of stands up from the other 2. I'm going to add foam tape to the back of the tag so that we've got a little bit more dimension. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a few leaves in there, just tucking them nicely in between the flowers. I had these leaves already die cut in my stash, so it's a great way to use these up. And the colour cardstock matched really well with the washi tape that I was using today, so just using my reverse tweezers there just to pop those in. I'm going to add a few little gold gems to the centres of the flowers just to finish those off. I'm using my quick grab glue and some reverse tweezers to do this. And then before we stick our tag down, you want to pop it to one side. We need to stamp our sentiment first, otherwise all that dimension is going to get in the way. I'm using this Catherine Paula Every Occasion sentiment stamp set today. I love using the acetate to kind of play around and work out which sentiment's going to fit best. But I decided to go with the Get Well Soon, and I've just inked it up with some Acorn VersaFine Clair ink, which is a brown colour, and I felt it went really well with the pastel colours that we're using today. It's not as harsh as black, and it just matched perfectly. So I've mounted that to a matte layer of pink cardstock as well, and I'm also going to attach that to my card blank first of all. This is a UK A6 landscape card blank that I've created. Again, I'm just using some glue there, and then once all that's stuck down, we can then go ahead and remove the backing tape for the tag and stick that down. Otherwise it gets really tricky sticking layers down when you've already got dimension on the front, so something to bear in mind. It's always better to add your dimension at the end so you don't end up squishing everything. And I absolutely loved how this card turned out. So for the third card of today's video, we're going to be using the Countryside Escapade pet tape. This is the gorgeous landscape tape that I mentioned to you earlier, and as you can see, there's about 10 different designs or 10 different scenes on this tape before you get a repeat, and I'm just cutting out a few that are fairly similar. What I want to do is create a landscape scene, so I'm just going to cut off first of all the green from the bottom of the one, and I'm going to stick that down in the bottom left hand corner, and we just want to create a landscape for our critter that we're going to be using in the card today. I'm going to add a slightly different tape to the other side, so I'm just going to work out the best way to kind of match it up, and I'm going to just trim it all off. I'm going to leave one of the bigger trees on, and you'll see later how we use some of the scraps of this as well. And then again, I can peel off the backing tape and just line it up nicely and trim a little bit of the excess off from behind, and then just wrap it around. Next, I'm going to create our sky scene. So again, I'm going to use the top of the tape, and I'm just going to work out which tape matches up best with the sky. The tape that was from the other half, it just wasn't quite the right blue, and I didn't want to start introducing a little bit of a different kind of scheme with the colours. The mountain tape just didn't work either, so I ended up cutting off the same panel from the tape and then using the sky from that one as well. Remember, all of these little bits and scraps that you've cut off, keep them. You can pop them in a little envelope and save them for another crafty project where you may need other elements from those bits of tape that you've got left, so nothing's wasted if you want to keep hold of all the little bits. So next, I'm going to try and blend the sky into the background. So I've got a couple of Gina K Designs ink cubes in powder blue and Moonlit fog, and I'm just smooshing them on my desk, and then I'm going to use a paintbrush and some water just to kind of really roughly add to that kind of watercolour sky effect background. And I really think that this blended in really perfectly with the card that I've created today. So for our focal element, we're going to be using this really cute stamp set. It's called Coffee Critters, and I really wanted to use the llama. I just wanted to pop him in a little countryside scene, so that's what we're going to be doing today. I haven't had a chance to use this stamp set yet, but I absolutely love the images, so yeah, I'm excited to play with it today. I'm going to ink up my llama with some VersaFine Clair Onyx Black ink, and it's the first time I've stamped this stamp, and yet it's still stamped crisply. There was no need to prime the stamp. It just came out beautifully. So I'm going to fussy cut it out with my Cutterbee scissors, and then we can go ahead and colour our image. So I decided to watercolour him using some Gina K ink cubes. So again, I went ahead and used the Moonlit fog, and then I added some blue Lagoon. Now I just really felt that the watercolours just didn't give me enough depth. I'm not very good at watercolouring, and so I was struggling to kind of get a little bit more texture and interest in the critter. So I popped into one side to dry and went ahead and stamped my sentiment. I've used VersaFine Clair Onyx Black ink again here, and then I accidentally dropped my stamping block. Now where it landed on the pet tape, I can wipe it off, but that little mark on the skyline, we'll be able to rectify that in a minute. So I've just inked up my stamp again, made sure that the stamps lined up on the card in between the pet tape, because as you just saw, any ink on the pet tape will just wipe off. And so once I'm happy that's nice and central, I can then stamp it down. Where we've got that little accident, I'm going to add another tree from a little bit of the leftover tape that we had from earlier. And so again, I'm just going to line that up nicely over the splodge that I've made, and then go ahead and cut off the excess with some scissors, and no one will ever know. It just seamlessly blended into the background. So that's a great way of covering up your mistakes. If you make them, don't just throw away your whole project. There's always a way to kind of salvage it, and the answer is just embellish, embellish, embellish. See what you can add to cover over any kind of marks. I'm just bringing in my Arteza coloured pencils here, and I'm just going to add a little bit more depth and shading to the llama. So, well, is it a llama or is it an alpaca? I'm not actually sure. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and add some more colour just over the sweater as well, with some blues, just to, yeah, add some more depth and dimension and shadowing, and yeah, a bit more texture. So yeah, once that's all coloured in, I can give him some rosy red cheeks, and then we can go ahead and pop him on the centre of our card front. First though, I'm going to add that matte layer, and again I'm just going to use some navy blue cardstock for this. Go ahead and mount it to your card blank, and again I'm using an A6 card. All the cards in today's video have been A6. And then I'm going to pop some foam tape on the back of our little critter, and then we can pop him down in the centre of the card. And I love that sentiment as well. Life is better with friends and coffee. And so that is the third card finished for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it's given you some inspiration of ways to use washi tape and pet tape in your card making. And as always, I'll leave all the products that I've used linked in the description box below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and leave me a comment if you've enjoyed this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I will have some more inspiration videos coming up very soon using washi tape. And as always, I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.